life after death, a journey that never ends, by Neil Donald Walsh. Chapter 7. All souls find peace after their death. Not all souls find peace before it. Means that eventually we will find peace after death. Doesn't matter if it takes months or years in earth terms. However, rarely we will find peace here, carrying this body around, living this carnal, this material, I mean 3D, three-dimensional experience here on earth. But after that, eventually we will, and so I hope so. Okay, I hope so. So for some, it takes time. For others, is immediately this sense of peace and completion. When you find out that you have nothing more to do here, that you are finished. You left no unfinished business behind. You leave everything behind. It's just like a person who decides to leave all their belongings behind in a house and just disappears, leave. They bring no luggage with them, because the more luggage you bring into the other side, the more it will eventually weigh upon you. Understand? It's, it's going to be more difficult for you to detach it from it. So, chapter 7. That's a wonderful and comprehensive explanation of what is really going on in this experience we call life. And we are nowhere near finished. The deepest mysteries of death are soon to be unveiled. This conversation has really only just begun to touch the surface. Let us now examine your last question more deeply. You have asked if the shortest path is not the best path back home. The answer is not necessarily. The path that brings you the most benefit is the path that brings you to completion. When you find out that you have no more unfinished business in here, alright? However long, as I have explained earlier, that takes. Doesn't matter if it's months, days, weeks, or years, decades, century, millennium. Okay? Once you find out that you are complete, you are finished. Also, you will be finished on the other side. Now, just a reminder that time in here, as we understand it, is not the same as time elsewhere. Okay? Time elsewhere is different. Okay, what it takes maybe one day here, maybe no existent today, just a blink of an eye, and 1 year here, maybe over there 1 week, 1 day. Okay, so the moment of absolute warning see there is of knowing and experiencing and feeling completely who you really are is arrived at in steps, in sequences, not immediately but in layers, layer by layer. You will be removing them, and then you will totally remove these layers that have been imposed upon us, layers of, you know, ancestral luggage and even our own past luggages. It's just like If you reach completion, it's like you leave your home, leave everything behind, and don't take luggage with you because it will weigh less in the journey. So it's arrived in steps or stages. Each passage through a lifetime can be considered one of those steps. So after that, it has been given before, we go through what we call steps, process of steps of remembrance. So as to remove these layers by layers is very complex. Okay, and I still believe that can be torment. A torment is very tormented is something like is an agony most of the time to go through all this process. And this torment, this agony is not just physical, it's mostly psychological for the entity that now sees themselves going through this process now without the material physical body. No soul arrives at absolute awareness. No soul arrives at absolute awareness in one lifetime. Means that we don't conclude everything that we came here go to them to complete. So they will use tactics that decide manipulation to get eyes to return one more time. It's the cumulative effect of many passages through the life. Okay, it's the cumulative that you accumulate all this effect of many passages through the life cycle that produces what might be called complete completion. I hope that I will be completed. Maybe not. I'm deceiving myself, but I don't want this thing anymore. It's very painful. This my reincarnation has been terrible. I'm not talking about my childhood. No, not when I am with my family, my sisters, my blood family, like sisters and brother. But throughout the process of marriage, it was sheer hell for me. I don't want to go through this any longer. I promise myself they will have to finish me off completely before they think that they can reincarnated my being fully and totally one more time to go through all these nonsenses. To me, all these are cabaret and nonsenses, and I hate it. I hate all the dramas. I just do. I'm fed up with all this. So, called complete completion or absolute awareness. And to best eludize, they give what called processing layer here of experience of lifetime. I mean that we have a very beautiful childhood for some of us, not all. Some have terrible abusive childhood, go through terrible abusive childhood. It hasn't been my case. And just so to go through that timeline, and then as you grow up, you get all the pains and all the experiences to go through. Okay, when you jump timelines in the body, and it's very traumatic. It can be very traumatic indeed to go through a lot of conflict and problem. Um, Basically and technically alone. Or absolute awareness. Each passage is ended when the agenda or the mission of that particular passage has been completed. So when what you come here to do is complete, you have to go. Okay? There's no more response. Some still will still uh, fight They will remain here a while longer, but eventually they'll have to go because that's how it has been programmed. This life ends when you have completed what you came here to the physical world to experience in this time. See, this life ends when you have completed what you came here to the physical world to experience in this time. You then add what you completed here to what you completed on each journey through time until you ultimately have it all together and absolute awareness has been achieved. When you have reached, you have come to awareness, but many people here doesn't have awareness. They are leading life blindly. You see, they are just stabbing in the dark as they go along. So many people, regardless of their age, their chronological age, they are not living our aware life. They are living like zombies in a state of somnambulism. Of they are like in trance, okay, in trance. As for me, they keep on telling me that I still have something to do, and if they tell me what is it, I'm not gonna like it. What I'm here to do to accomplish. But for others, another time they say that I am here to teach others, want it me or not. I remember that when I didn't start in this kind of path, I was even better, you know. I was living a life even better. Now I'm suffering like hell. I wasn't even better before I start this program. You understand? So they say that um, I'm here for a purpose, and sooner or later I will find out. Another time they'll say, if they tell me, I will not accept it. I'm not like gonna like, and maybe I will go scold them because I do scold them because I don't accept the things that I'm cautious. You know, if there's a thing that I hate is people causing me, people beings causing me to do things I don't want to. Because I don't want to do to others that which I don't want for the self. And when people do it to me, if you want me to see me in fire, do it. I turn it a monster, a little devil. Really. Try do it to me. And also they say that I'm many people want to find out who I am, and then that I need at least stop pretending that I am I am I don't know, I don't want to be something else, but they say I'm not the same like other people, and that I should stop pretending that I am, and I get into the game of metrics, and then go with this, playing the game of um, identities, like that I see myself as a mother, as a grandmother, and something else that I am not. And that people need to people want to find out who I am, but that I need to find out that I'm here for a purpose, and that I'm not like many people. I'm totally different. Now I'm not trying to be better because difference is not the same as betterness. Difference something is something different, something totally different. It's a state of it being totally different from um, being better or superior. Then no, there's no such thing. Okay, you may be same like other people, but you are a bit detached and different, even if you try to be the same. Like I try to fit in, but I just cannot. I just cannot. I cannot deal with people any longer. That's why I don't. I talk if necessary, but I don't like to talk. I just come here to talk on the internet, but outside of it, I don't like. I rather sing than talk. And I like to express myself through singing. So there are two levels of completion. Level one is when you complete a step in the overall process. Level two is when you complete the overall process itself. Yes, and the overall process is complete when who you are has been fully known, fully experienced, and fully felt. So this being means that when we come here, we have to experience all our facets, all our sides, and that we are only complete when you got to experience all those facets, all these aspects. Now, just imagining people who are forced not to express themselves, people who have been restricted, people who repress themselves, either because they punish themselves or someone else external to them try to control their lives and try to repress this being. You see how much harm you are doing to your children, to somebody, to your spouse, when you try to repress this being, when you try to express others, when you try to repress others. You understand? If you do this to your to your children, and when I say children, I'm talking about a kid of 40, 30 plus and 25 above. No. I believe that people need to grow the heck up, understand? And try to make excuses, not to have responsibility in life, and I blame others. Like when you blame your parents for everything that you could be, that you could do, and you don't do because you are okay in your comfort zone, but yet you find excuses to blame your parents for your own choices, then you need to grow the heck up and you need to get a life. You understand? There's men like that, especially males, the males. The males in it are the worst of all. They love to give excuses. Some females who have a lot of females energy also behave this way. You see? So they bring now this new age, sense of I didn't ask to be born. Now, like I said before, neither did your parents. Your parents too didn't ask to be born, but yet they have been completely different from you. They have show more consideration, more care, consideration, and respect towards those who have given them life. And not just that, because give life, anyone can give, anyone can make. But I mean to look after you, okay? To look after you as you grow up. They could might as well throw you in an orphanage or give you for adoptions. But because they did not, I think you should be thankful to your parents, grandparents, or all your ancestors because they are here in the same boat as you. If you are but a human being, try to understand that. But I don't think that men who have reincarnated from the late to the middle 70s up to now are quite they're hybrid. Most of them are hybrid, very much hybrid. and have others who are indigo who have been born before that. They are indigos. The indigos are the one who start all this movement of changes. They, they are the children of the baby boomers who were post-war on the 50s. They were born in the 70s above. Okay, so they, most of them, not all, they are the indigo kids, but before that, there were other indigos being born. Edgar Cayce and many others. Tesla has been one of those indigo um, generation. So stop looking for problem, okay? Stop blaming others for your own choices as you grown up, and then you become good for nothing, and then you get frustrated and start to blame the whole world for your own choices in life, because your parents already paid their due. Whatever they have your own due, they have paid. And if they owe you anything else, and if they have some legacy to pass to you, wait until they go. Then you're gonna get the material stuff that they leave behind. Okay? You don't need to speed up the process and blame your parents for everything. Yes, there's a lot of narcissist parents out there. A lot. Want their sons and daughters to live life through them. See? And you don't need to wait until they die to live their lives through your parents. I know when after that things becomes worse, because that's why I say it is very important to treat your parents well, because even after they die also your life uh, go downhill, downhill, literally speaking. Everything does not work in your life for one reason or another. Even if you have been the most beautiful, wonderful daughter or son in the world, and you have to do your part to take care of your parents, to be kind and respectful towards them. Still, for some, I'm not saying that my parents have given me bad luck after that. No, it wasn't my parents, not my parents at all. Okay, but it may happen to other people. It may happen. So be careful the way how you treat your parents while they are alive, because these cumulative memories may stay linger after their death. And if you don't pay respect to them after their death, that's why some pay respect to their dead, because not because they are so good sons and daughters, but because they are scared of repercussion coming from the dead. Because it really happens. They can curse you and one eye blink like that, just like that. So there are two levels of completion. Level one is when you complete a step in the overall process. Level two is when you complete the overall process itself. Yes, and the overall process is complete when who you are has been fully known, fully experienced, and fully felt. So if you you didn't get to finish all you have come here to do in one lifetime, this will be a snowball to another life, and then you keep on pay debts. This is what you call karma. This is what you call debts. Karma is not how you think it is. That you did something bad and then you go to another life, then you bring it back, as a debt, something to pay. You have something to pay, a debt to pay. No, it's not that. When you do here, you pay here. You don't need to bring it to the other side and pay by credit later on. No such thing. Karma is not as people think it is. It's totally that it is a totally different concept from what people think it is. Okay, so if you don't get to finish things here this lifetime, you bring to another side, and then you join up with the other collates that you have gathered and then accumulate and then snowball and then you bring it back to pay here in the flesh, not after that. You don't have to pay jack crap after you die. Oh, because you have been bad, you have to be punished in hell. No such thing. You won't be, but you've been carried. Your, you have been carried. What you have done to another life. Do you have to even pay that? Maybe no. You have to pay it here, not there. Now in this same lifetime. You don't have to go, come back, go, come back, go, come back. This is abuse, violation of free will. This is a violation of cosmic law. Right? You don't even have to. What you do here, you finish it up here. Don't bring to the other side and bring it back here to pay back again. There's no such thing. There was no such thing to be paid. It couldn't even happen. Okay? Shouldn't have happened this way. This is an abuse. So you have to, but according to their nonsenses, you have to go and you have to go pass through a process the other side, and then you are told that you haven't been complete, and then you have to return back once more. This is a magnificent explanation, and I get there are specific things that souls come to us to accomplish, to experience it. Some souls may take longer to accomplish it. When they are complete, is a time for us to rejoice, for their work here is done. You get it. That's great. That's exactly right. And shorter is not necessarily better. Being complete is the objective, not being fast. You didn't get, so you didn't get yet. You're just being manipulated by these beings. That's not how it should be. Okay? So, this no sense of karma, this no sense of reincarnation, supposed not to exist, but incarnation. When you start from 0 point with no debts to pay, that's the way. Any other thing is a violation of the cosmic laws. This it we call a satanic game. Okay, for me at least it's a satanic game, and they are very stressed. They are very stressed. They are very not very nice being. So if you see a being here who is very nasty, very stressed for no reason, a rebel without a cause, because there's a rebel with a cause and a rebel without a cause. Those rebels without a cause is just crap, just BS. You don't even have to give them heed to pay them attention. Terrific. Now I can feel good about myself again. Oh, poor you. Because I don't think I've accomplished it yet, and I'm into my 60th decade. What I came here to accomplish. And what is that? I'm not sure. That would make it very difficult to accomplish. Because the Buddha say that he don't recall what they come here to do. So, but you don't even have to recall. You go along and then you look through, um, you read along the lines. Okay, let's say, okay, you are a good mother, you are a good father, you are a good son and daughter. Then you come here to do that and much more other things. You are civil, you help people in a way or another. Then that's what you come here to do. But if you come here to be a crook, to do harm to people, that's the thing that also you came here to do. Okay, according to these beings that created all this matrix. That's the way you come. Either you are good or bad, either you fall into polarization, then you are doing the things that you came here to do nevertheless, whether it is good or bad. You came here to do just that. Okay, then you need to find out. And but you don't even need to find out. You need to just feel, oh, I come here to be a crook. I come here to be a corrupted person and fool the others and take their money. Oh, I come here to harm others, do injustice to others. Oh, I come here to be a good person, a civil person, a person who do my duties as a mother, as a father for young children. I'm not talking about kids between parentheses at the age of 25 above, okay? Because I was there in the world at the age of 16. By 12-year old, I already, not 12, but 7-year old, soon after I have my operation, peritonitis, I come back from school and I would go around door to door selling gem to help my mother. My mother have separated from my awful father. Okay, my father was not a very nice man, a very, but I don't blame him because he was still in the dark anyway. He was not a very nice man. So he ill treat not just my mother but his my older brothers and sisters. And so come a time when my older sister say that's enough. One of my brother, the second older one of three, and my sister, the eldest of all, the eldest sister and the eldest of all, say that's enough. I'm gonna take my mother away. She was just a kid yet. She was not a kid. She was 20 something. I was like 5-year old. That she was around 20, I think 21. Yeah, 20, 21. Still a kid. 21 is a kid to me. So she took my mother away from my father. And then we all follow suit. Nobody wants to save the father. All follow the mother. Okay, because my mother was a very, um, she's a very responsible woman, very hardworking. She made sure that she lived her own life independent from my father. And she still took care of the house with the help of my older sister and brother, uh, who helped around the house. Of course, at that time, in those times in the 60s, 50s, daughters and sons were supposed to help mommy at home. So she still run a business and she's still working hard to support us. Very smart lady. I congratulate my mother. My mother was an amazing lady. So my sister took her away because my sister now is living alone. She had two kids because she also had been divorced from her abusive husband who abused her. And this kind of thing runs in family, runs in family because not all women put up with things like men's betrayal, men abusive, aggressive, violent behavior, irresponsibility toward the children, etc. And they think that the woman will put up all this. And my sister was a model. She worked as a uh, air stewardess and a model. She had a phenotype for it. And and her husband was a pilot, but very abusive man who abused her a lot. And at this time, they were married because my father forced this guy to marry her because she was still a virgin when they forced slept together. In that time, it was not correct. Okay, so my father and mother forced by law at that time. If you deflowered a girl, you're supposed to marry her. And the time was, I think 61, 1961, because I was born in the middle of the 60s. So I think it was around 1961, 1962, around at that time. And she was only 17-year-old girl. No, 16-year-old girl. And so they were forced to marry, but it didn't last long because he started to abuse her. He was an awful man, very terrible man. So she separated, but she still continued working, support her kids. She had made a very strong-headed woman, lady girl, and not woman, girl, because she was still a teenager. So she brought us to stay with her. Okay, until my mother get her own home, and my mother asked my father to go take him to court, which was a good thing to share the house because the house she also helped to build. She helped to build the house. And she had all the right for her kids to have that house and send that old man out the home. She had all the right in the world because she had put up money and effort to renovate the house. She herself. And they got the house 5 years after their marriage. Right? She had also the court obviously give asked them to split, but she should supposed to have gotten more because now he have another woman and children. My mother supposed to have more to share of the house, but the stupid court give half. The old man supposed to have just 1/3, not a half, but 1/3 of the house. And unjustly, my mother get only half. So after that, we moved another house and then go on from there. You see how? And I have to help my mother in the beginning. Like she made marmalade, she sewing dresses to make ends meet. And then later on, she went to work in the prefecture. Okay. Okay, so she was very, very smart, like very hard work. And my sister always helping my mother, my sisters. And I too, I come back from school, I have to help my mother to sell things. She do embroidery, we go around, help ask people to buy. And later on, with the help of my older sister, we buy a land, buy a cottage house, and then start to plant. From there on, also everybody got together to help my mother. We are good children, good sons and daughters. And we help the mother. Okay, but at the age 16, I felt the urge to taste the life outside to see how one is it, so to gain experience. So I went to other state with the help of my older sister, and then we moved over there. We split, and I stay on my own. As I work at the kindergarten there to clean children, to clean her out. I was very hard work. It was like my mother, very independent. Because we learned from her, but I never stopped calling her. I never stopped sending her letter every week. Always ask, Mom, how are you? Mom, when I'm okay, I send you something, gift to something. But she said, no, no need. Live your life and come back home quickly because I miss you a lot. I said, okay, will. I went to another site too. At that time it was IBM course, and that state have IBM. I went to the southeast because I was born in northeast. I went there to visit my older sister and also to learn IBM, and I get another course over there. But I would finish all in within 1 year. But that's enough for my life. So that would make it very difficult to accomplish. I know that's part of my problem. Perhaps we should talk about that. I'm sure I would benefit from talking about that, but for now, I really don't want to be distracted here. You are saying that even though they may not necessarily be better, some paths back home are less arduous than others. I'm intrigued by that. It is easier to take a path that has fewer obstacles. Talk so easy because not you. After all, the jalapeno pepper inside one's eyes for you sound like ice be put into your eyes. Eye drop. Agreed. So how do I find one? You don't find one. You create one, yeah, through experiences. How? You are doing it now by committing to even taking the path. You make things easier. Many people are walking through their life having no thought of being on the path. They have not studied. They have not prayed. Why should they pray? They have not prayed. They have not meditated. Why should we? They have not paid any attention at all to their inner life. No seriously explore the larger realities. You are doing that now by virtue of the fact that you are undertaking the explorations that you are undertaking right here, that you are having this very conversation. You are creating a path with fewer obstacles. What I'm saying here is that whether you take a winding path or a straight one, go through the woods or walking past them, the problem not the woods, the problem is the mud. And when you get to your truth about life and living and death and dying, you have cleared the obstacles and created a less arduous path to completion. Once you know about that fully, you can live your life fully. Then you can experience yourself fully, which is exactly what you came here to do. And then you can die gracefully and gratefully, knowing consciously that you are complete. That is a far less arduous path and creates a very peaceful death. I think we get a peaceful death when we are complete also here in this life, when we have done all the things that we wanted to do, then you can breathe your last breath in peace, even if you are alone. You don't need to be buried. I wouldn't even want to be buried. I just want to die there on the forest and stay there. I I wouldn't want to be cremated or much less buried, much less. So at least solve that stupidly ridiculous tie-up of clothes, like there's some religion who tie up the body entirely. That's nonsense. For what you do that? You speed up the process of putrefaction. That body will suffer more because the energy is still there. They are still suffering, even if you're unconscious without being able to move. Okay, because the energy is still there. And, it kind of detaches step by step after that, maybe 40 days after that. So something about this sounds like a judgment to me, almost like an imperative. If you haven't died well, you haven't done it right. That sort of thing. Yeah, that's what this is. Hysterical beings are, and they are very boring. They are boring, boring to death. Saliso the Dracos. So when you are not complete here, I don't talk about complete to die, but complete to live here. You cannot die well, I tell you. You will make a judgment that I would never make. There is no way to die wrong, and there is no way to not get to your destination, which is blissful reunion with the divine at the core of your being. There is no way not to be home with God. We are talking here about how to make your life and your death less arduous, more peaceful. The statement to which you refer is an observation, not a judgment. If you easily move to completion with what you came to your body to experience, and just die gracefully and gratefully, you have found peace. Why should you die gracefully and gratefully if you are not at peace? How to make it? You have found the peace before your death rather than after it. It's not easy as you think, man. It's not easy. I mean, the person who died, at the forest, some people in Japan, when want to die, just park their car there and then go to the forest and then tie a rope around their neck and die. That's good. I like that. I like because you are there in nature peacefully, let your body rot and turn to skeleton. How nice. And you can even live there in that beautiful forest. It's nice. Rather than have people mourning you and then this nonsense of funeral. I hate funeral. There's two things I hate in life, or three. Parties, there's one. Second, marriage. Don't call me for marriage because I hate. Oh, and there's another one, birthday part. Don't call me for birthday part. I don't like it. Don't call me for no celebration at all. I don't like those festivals. I'm a very boring person. And don't call me for funeral, especially so. So don't call me for parties. Don't call me for celebrations. Don't call me for marriage. I hate marriage. I hate. If you want to see me angry, call me for marriage. Hey, let's go attend someone's marriage. I look at them and I want to kill if I'm looking. Don't call for because I'm totally different kind of person. That's why the people say I'm strange. And when I say people, not you humans, no human. Tell me that I'm freak and I'm very strange and I really am. Don't call me for birthday party and don't call me for funeral because I will not attend. And don't need to attend my funeral. I don't want nobody to attend my funeral. That's why I don't want to die now. I want to die alone in a forest. That's what I want and I aim for. I don't want to die. People look at me and pretend that they like me and pretend to love me, pretend to cry for me. I don't want that. That is crocodile tears. I don't want nobody to shed crocodile tears for me and I mourn my death. Okay? I want to die alone, just like those Japanese people that goes to the forest to die there. I want to be like one of them. So when you die, it's impossible to not be complete, but it is possible to not be consciously aware of this. Peace is being consciously aware that you are complete. Hey, you say that you're not complete, you are bluffing. Satan, you are bluff. You love to bluff. You just love to bluff with your how to say that word, your swirling tongue, snake serpent tongue. You swirl around and then you kind of always give an excuse like people he say one thing then after that people say people debunk it and refute what he's saying and then he to have his way out he dribble his tongue around and his way around and then he try to make an eggs out of it and also has to be correct or politically correct then there's nothing more for you to do that you are done finished and can go home you are lying you all lie if you approach death in fear and trepidation agitated and trembling not want to let it go not feeling finished or feeling afraid of what's now going on in your life or what's to come you too will get to your destination you cannot fail to arrive there I don't care who trusts it or they lies. But it will be more arduous. That's it. That's it. Let us make one thing clear here again. You are always immersed in the divine. You are immersed in it right now. Indeed, you are it. You are divinity immersed in divinity, expressing itself as the individuated aspect of divinity known as you. If you want me to cut ties with you or get cold with you, you lie to me. If I find a lie that you are telling me, if I find a lie in you that you are telling about yourself, about other people, I'll get so bloody angry. And then I'm gonna cut ties with you. I don't like this kind of lying people very much. They have this kind of narcissistic character about them. They lie. And they always try to be better than you, try to be on par of you, and then they have to lie so to be accepted. You don't need to, just be yourself. And if people has to like you for what you are, fine. Otherwise, don't try so hard to be something you want. My God. So let us make one thing clear here again. You are always immersed in the divine. You are immersed in it right now. Indeed, you are it. You are divinity immersed in divinity express itself as an individuated aspect of divinity known as you. Therefore, in the truest sense, you are not on a journey home. You are already there. You are home with God always. You are already where you seek to be. The extraordinary secret is that knowing this is immediately brings you the experience of this. Right now, it feels as though we are going around in circles here in this conversation. I mean, it feels as if I am sleepwalking and don't know where I am. Not just in this conversation, but in your life. When you live, or when you die for that matter, in fear and trepidation, agitated and trembling, not wanting to let it go, afraid of what's now in your life or what's to come, you are demonstrating that you do not know where you are. And the problem with this is that what you demonstrate, you experience. Everything has been, I don't believe. Ever it shall be, I don't believe. Therefore, you will not experience that you are united with the divine. You will not experience that you are home with God, even though you are. Believe it or not, I'm trying to understand. You are moving very fast, and this is very complex. As I knew it would be, but I'm trying to understand. Good. Keep it up with me then. Keep tracking. You already know all of this. I'm merely reminding you. You are not on journey to the divine, but you are in the midst of an internal process in which you experience more and more divinity as you move through it. You are experiencing more and more of the core of your being, more and more of the essence of who you are as life continues. You are internally merging with that essence. And as part of the process of life, emerging from it again as a replenished expression of it. This process that we might call energy merging is the formula for all of life. It can be written as E price merging. That's why this event is sometimes called a spiritual emergency. This is what death and dying is all about. Death is an emergency because it's not about dying at all. It's all about merging and emerging. Do you mean that I'm not only going to total union with the divine but come out of it? Yes. Are we talking here about reincarnation? In a manner of speaking, see, reincarnation is a violation of free will. You're supposed to have incarnation. I have talked about it before. That we live when you wish and we come back as you wish. We are not forced. We are not forced to. Ah no, because you unconsciously choose to. You have signed an agreement. I have signed or I have been forced to. Because that which I don't remember is not valid. But in my case, in some other people case, we have coming here for purpose. You have died here in this lifetime, many times, and then resurrected again. So um, to serve a purpose, you know, we are here for a purpose, a very much um, important in this time now, a very important purpose. So we break the grid. So in this way, also we are sacrificing ourselves, and we are being cursed by these beings. They give us bad luck. They give us so much obstacle because we are not like the other people. We are here for a purpose. All of us are, but some more than others, in a way that they have sacrificed themselves to be here right now. They have resurrected many times because I have died many times already through sepsis, sepsis since I was 7 year old. And I have been all the time resurrected again and again and again. At the age 16 also I went through a procedure for fibroids. Also, I went into coma. I returned at age 7 again. Then I went into sepsis again many times around. And I have not been resuscitated at a hospital, but I have been resurrected. Okay? And I am with an abscess here on my back that links direct to the kidney without treatment, and I'm still okay. You know how serious is that? You have an abscess, it's rotten, is infected, and they are doing nothing about it. Okay, unless you agree to their terms and services, and I want to agree because it's absurd, and I still are here by the grace of what? By I know by a higher power grace. I understand that because they want me to be here right now at this moment, even though I'm a walking rotten corpse, but that's okay. There's still life inside this body. So this is what the death and die is all about. Death is an emergency because it's not about dying. It's all about margin and emerging. Do you mean that I not only go into union of the divine but come out of it? Yes. Are we talking here about reincarnation? In a manner of speaking. Here we go again. I think it's important to understand that none of this is reducible to one sentence or one word. Still, if you will have some patience, I think you'll find that none of it is beyond your comprehension. All I want is to get to the truth about death and time. I want to know the God's truth. You still think God separates from you, don't you? I don't really think that. I know that God and I, that you and I are one. There's no such thing as God. There's only aliens. Do you really? I do. I know there's no separation between you and me. I know that I'm individuals of divinity. I know I have seen you see what look like the hologram of a Jesus I told about uh, a few days ago. But looking back, think of it again. I don't even think that that was the real being, or these beings are playing games with me or is fooling me. Okay, because they often do that. And I believe that this is Jesus was just an emissary who come to pave the way for another new religion. Maybe you think, oh, again, this person is again going back and have words. And then, yeah, because when I was having the experience, the out of the body experience of seeing that the being, I was not in myself. I was being manipulated like a kind of muppet. Okay, so I become more meek. I become more uh, forgiving and even fearful because within our astral body they can best control us. Okay, within our astral body than they do when we are complete here on the body, in the body. Oh, I mean outside of the body, not in, but outside of the body. So once we go to astral, we are best manipulated over there than we are here in the body. Okay. So that's why I become very meek and ask forgiveness from that being. But again, I can be wrong, and I still have a lot more to to explore before I come to a conclusion about all this stuff that is really make me go berserk and have no peace, because I want to find the truth no matter what. I wanna run away and never say goodbye. I wanna know the answers, no more lie. I wanna shut that door and open up my mind. No, it's like what Linkin Park is had to say to these guys. So, which by the way also have been tormented, that guys has been tormented by evil beings. He has been persecuted by them, and they eventually took his life, making him commit suicide. Okay, Link, that guy, I don't know his name, the main leader, the singer, he was tempted by external forces who caused him to commit suicide, also because the poor thing was looking for answers. He was being confused, he was not happy with the world he saw around him. He was very confused because he didn't get the exact answer. He went berserk, he went crazy. All right, and then he also, I believe that he indulged in drugs in a way or another, and that was the end of the story. These beings have given him fame and fortune, and also the same beings who eventually uh, expired his life in the body, making him commit suicide. They do it most of the time, and they take away people's consciousness or even people's identity. They can do it at will, called in the process called walk-ins. Okay, so I don't know that there's no separation. Okay, then why do you talk? I do. I know there's no separation between you and me. I know that I'm in the visuals of divinity. Then why do you talk the way you talk? Why do you say that you want to know God's truth? You must know that God's truth lies within you. Correct. That's correct. Sometimes I think it's Ra, and sometimes I think Ra is Jesus. Ra is Jesus. But the avatar I saw is just an avatar that he had been born because his mother was a white lady from the slave that went to the Middle East before. Mary was a white lady. Her genetic is from Europe, and then she gave birth to Jesus. Okay, Jesus, now a hybrid son of Ira, uh, came with that avatar, the white boy with brown hair and a bit of light eyes, long face. Yeah, that one's Jesus. His phenotype is from the East Europe. So that's why he appeared to me with that avatar. The other that I have seen is not Jesus, something else. Either his son or something else, or Sananda. It hasn't anything to do with Jesus. The other one that I saw, it has something to do with Emmanuel, Yahweh, the red dragon. The one who looked like Arabic or North African phenotype. God's truth was a figure of speech. Ah, so what you are hoping to find you really is your truth. I'm hoping to use this conversation, this prayer, as a means of leading me back to the answer, the truth, which lies deep within me. Yes, good. The experience can lead you to the path, but you must place yourself on it. As I have said now repeatedly, I can show you the way home, but you must take the way home. I have said that in the truest sense, you are not on a journey. You already are where you want to go, but since you do not know this, your experience is that you are on a journey. So you must make the journey to find out that the journey is not necessary. You must embark on the path to find out that the path begins and ends right where you are. You are afraid to die and you are afraid to live. What a way to exist. Now, chapter 8. Um, Life after death, chapter 8. You are afraid to die and you are afraid to live. What a way to exist. How can I be sure that this word is out of all the words that have been spoken on this subject can lead me to my truth about life and death? You don't have to agree to these words in order to be led to your truth. I don't? No. Even if you disagree completely with the words here, will be lead to your truth. You will have found the path back home. Because if you disagree with the words here, you will then know what you do agree with. You will then take another path. And if that other path is not your path, you will take another and still another until you find your way out of this confusion and back home. I suppose that's how it could all work. That's how it does all work. Your whole life leads you back home, back to me. Therefore, bless every event, every person, every moment, for each is sacred. Even if you disagree with that event, even if you dislike that person, even if you are not enjoy that moment, all are sacred. For life informs life about life through the process of life itself. And there is nothing more sacred than knowing and then experiencing what life has to tell us about ourselves. And so, having this very conversation, even if you disagree with it, will lead you to your truth and your path home. You will also be led to that path if you agree with this conversation. Either way, this conversation will get you where you seek to go. All paths leads home, every single one. And each path has its own marks on the trees to help lead me there. Precisely. Now you understand it. Those are all your own markings that you see on the trees. Look around. Nothing is here that you have not placed here. Yet sometimes you will not recognize your own marks. If you look at them from a different angle, they may look different to you. They may look as though someone else has placed them there, and they have. They have. We are talking, of course, about the marks of your life, particularly those that you would call scars or traumas. It is. Then the being that been how called had been hijacked, the being that has been kidnapped, raped, killed in wars, bomb or missiles. They asked for it. Yes, the collective will maybe in a way or another, but the individual has no, they haven't. They hasn't. This is not true what this being is saying here. He's saying things for you to follow his ways, what he wants you to know, and not what is really there. We are talking, of course, about the marks of your life, particularly those that you call scars or trauma. Be careful not to think that someone else has placed them there. They have, they have, they have, and they have. They have, they do, they do. That would turn you into a victim. There is victim, alright? There are victims in this world. There are victims in this world. There are victims in this world. There are victims in this world, and that's it. All the animals there on the street suffer because of stupidity of humans, the lack of empathy of humans. Animal beings tormented before death, before they give the last blow. Cows thrown to the against the wall. Sheep and cows being removed their horns before they are killed. Cats and dogs. Actually, so the dogs, not so much the cat, because stupid cat is very, they always look for the best for them. They don't care about you. It's what they want. If they have a very comfortable house, they will stay. If they don't have the house they want to explore, they want to be independent. They may leave you, they don't care about you, they go find another house. If someone on the house not necessarily who disrespect a cat or even is rough with a cat, like my son, he's autistic. And then he liked to disturb the cat. He slapped the cat. I also slapped him back because I didn't want him to slap the cat. He's a 27-year-old guy. And then he liked to slap the cat and then make the cats fight together, mother and daughter. And then because they get angry, the cat get angry, run away from home. You know? If I shower them, they get put it in the heart and then they run away from home because I shower them. Sometimes it's best not to give them too much commercialized, industrialized product. If I don't give them that, there's a reason for them to sulk and run away from home. So cats are very ungrateful beings. I found out the hard way. But dogs are more loyal. Dogs are more caring and loyal than the cats, than the felines. So that will turn you into a victim, someone else, but there are victims. There are victims. All the cats and dogs thrown and without their will, their wish, thrown down the road, abandoned. I have my cat. She is always vomiting around the sofa, on the floor, on the carpet. She ruined a lot of the carpets and bedspread, but not because of this. I'm gonna shout at her. I'm gonna beat her. She's a white cat. That one is very loyal, never run away from home. The black one, my God, that one's terrible, very ungrateful. And her daughter, the brown ginger one. So, but this white one, she's very loyal. She's ruining things around the house, not on her own will, of course. Poor thing, it's not her fault. But I understand, not because of this, I'm gonna throw her, leave her on her own device, and do this act of stupidity and injustice and put her to sleep, euthanize her. No, I won't do that. She will stay with me until she get the last breath. She take the last breath. You know, if it depend on me, she will stay with me. And I make juice for her out of the grass. I wash the grass with anti-chemical soap. And then I process it and I give her to drink to heal her. She's already 17-year-old or 16 and she's okay. The others all euthanized already. And when they show sign of disturbing their humans owner, they send them to the vet to euthanize them. That's how wonderful these hybrid humans are. My wonderful friend Elizabeth Kibler-Ross to say something about this that I really. Oh, you mean the my wonderful friend Elizabeth Kabla-Ross? You had to say something about this that I really love it. Should you shield the canyon from the windy storms, you would never see the beauty of the carvings. This Elizabeth Kabbalah and a lot of the others, and you are the advocate of the devil. I call them the advocate of the devil, who like to carry faith from them and then still believe in the nonsense of karma. With this kind of thinking and this kind of a tooth for a tooth and an eye for an eye, is because that's the reason why the world's going blind. Okay? And with this thing in mind that is a bloody demon business that you suffer, that a cat and dog has no food or drink down the street. Because if I see a baby hungry, I give them food and water. I'm not going to stand by and see them suffering. If I see them inside a drain of sewage, if I can remove them, I will remove. I even put myself into danger if possible be. Okay, before I even save a puppy and her kid, puppies have been a landslide and torrential rain and a landslide buried her and her puppy. I excavated them. I buried them with my bare finger, my bare small hand of an 11-year-old girl. I tried all my might and I saved at least 6 to 5 puppies. One unfortunately died. I tried to save it, but once dead already, so I buried it under the mud nevertheless. So that's how human are, human hybrids. They are advocate of the devil. I call them, all of you who are like that, the advocate of the devil. Those who don't think about their fat eyes. Yes, that's what I meant earlier when I said that all of life is wonderful, sunshine death is wonderful. No, suffer is not wonderful. People there in the hospital who is suffering is not wonderful. Getting jabs, getting spinal anesthesia, that's not wonderful. People die slowly of pain of cancer, that's not wonderful. Cats and dogs suffering, the cows, goats being bludgeoned, spanked to death, being slaughtered. No, it's not fun. It's not wonderful. It's not a wonderful death. A wonderful death is that you cool them to sleep. You cool them, you caress them, then they'll sleep and no more come back. That is a wonderful death. And not the death we are having here. That's satanic death. Okay? That's why I'm here to put the white into the black and make clarity. Paint the black there, I painted the white dye, the white paint to make it clear to see. Yes, that's what I mean to you when I say that all of your life is wonderful, and I say that is wonderful. It's not a matter of perspective, no, it's a matter of feeling, dude. Don't be hypocrite, please. This dude is bipolar, very bipolar. Perspective creates perception. Yes. Oh, this is what the devil wants to hear. Yes, yes. Now, good boy, you are agree to me, a boy. Good boy, good boy. No, no, no. Don't say just say yes. Examine that last statement more truly. Look into it more deeply. That is one of the most important statements I'm going to make here. I said, perspective creates perception. Perspective creates perception. Yeah, this is what he said. Perspective creates perception. Perspective creates perception. Oh, he still say that. Because the being here, the Luciferians here said, yes, that's what I meant earlier when I say that all of life is wonderful. Just as death is wonderful. It's all about perspective. Perspective creates perception. Then the guy here say yes. No, no, don't just say yes. Examine that last statement more truly. Look into it more deeply. That is one of the most important statements I'm going to make here. I said, perspective creates perception. No, reality creates perception. Feelings create perception. Now I undo your word. I say to seal it. Feelings create perception. Feelings creates perception. Experience creates perception. Experience creates perception. Okay, undo your word already. How we look at something creates how we see it. Now the guy become manipulated by him. Exactly, thank you. Oh, thank you. See how his ego, he kind of you know, the guy here kind of camouflage, caress his ego. Then his ego inflate. Exactly, thank you. And so if you look upon yourself as a victim, you will see yourself as one. If you look upon yourself as a villain, you will see yourself as one. If you look upon yourself as a co-creator in a collaborative process, a collaborative from the devil, a shenanigan game created to collaborate by the devil. A collaborative process that is how you see yourself. I have explained already through David Bassi how he created this world, how another prime creator of another dimensions, another multiverses, create this universe, put them here, put them here in their minions to mess up here, to create dramas here in this particular universe because they were messing up other systems and constellations. They went beyond this universe. So the Brian creator says, you want to create trouble, you want to mess up, okay, I'm gonna create you, I'm gonna put you into a place where you can do as you please. You can create havoc. So he creates this universe, okay, or create or didn't create, just put them here. Just throw themselves here. And then they start to bring beings here to become a slave. So all the process of reincarnation would be a slavery process. They bring in beings to work in their project, to experience for them their project, and then they will take note of all their progress. Understand? So some of us infiltrate in to disclose things, to how to say, to disclose and to bash them or expose them. Some of you guys are here for it. I am one of them. Okay. Now you minions who belong to them, up to you. You don't have even to follow me. You don't have to believe a word I say. You don't have to follow me. Please don't do. Because I am in this battle my own and uh, I don't need the army. That makes me a heroine, makes me stronger and I'm more courageous than all the arm in the world and all the Luciferian arm out there. Okay? And there is someone here who believe that the Luciferians and the primitive um, reptilians are not those who created all those religions, Eastern religions, and the Abrahamic religion. They're so, the higher Dracos, create the Abrahamic religions. They are no next. And their slave that they take from Orion, that is the primitive reptilians, created the others like the Nagas, and all those temples that has serpent in it. Like if you go to Cambodia, you go to Vietnam, you go to Thailand, you go to Borobudur in Indonesia, all around the Asian here, some part of the Indian, when you see that temples, that's all primitive reptilian temples. All right, they also follow these Anunnakis. Doesn't matter whether you follow um, Egyptians, believer Wiccans, whether you follow the right with the the Abrahamic religions, sect of religion. Okay, it doesn't matter. All of these were created by these beings to best manipulate because they are in their section of the world. Now, when I say sect of the world, sect of the world, I don't mean their planet because Earth was on the center of the galaxy. Earth, to begin with, was not even in this system of this universe here where they were, but they they pull Earth to this corner. All right, let's say Earth was on the center, much higher up in the center. They bring it a bit to the center, close to this universe. All right. So some of our ancestors were already there when Earth was there. On the other side of the galaxy, I would say to the left, next to the multiverse there. They bring it to this universe where there's only chaos, polarity, double standard, crazy people, a lot of crazy people, negativity. They brought it here. So when our ancestors were already here, there inside the earth, there when they pull it there to this corner to the right, to this universe, what it means is that they took over these people and then they kept them captive up to now. So that's why many of us are being held captive here. Okay? But that's why they have to invent a story that there's no such thing as a victim because they don't want to be responsible for the things that they have created. Understand, or so far so blur. It's so simple. It's simpler than 1 plus 5 equals 6. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Even a kindergarten kid will grasp this concept. So exactly, thank you. And so if you look upon yourself as a victim, no, because they are victims. That's why they see themselves as a victim, Luciferian. If you look upon yourself as a island, you see yourself as one. If you look at yourself as a co-creator in a collaborative process, I didn't collaborate with you. I didn't want to collaborate with you. I'm here for shh. I'm here for another cause, for another reason, not because I want to collaborate with you. The cat is here because I have been rain, and otherwise she will be there outside. She passed the whole afternoon and early morning outside there. She's here not because she is paying company or caring about other people, but because of the rain. She won't care about her eyes. If you look upon yourself in the co-creator and collaborative process, that is how you see yourself. Yeah, because this is how we experience this. That's why it's how we see ourselves, because that's how we experience things to be. The person who say no because they are deluded freak. You are a deluded freak who thinks differently. If you look up on every event of your life, including death, as a gift doesn't mean because it's a wonderful thing. Okay, it won't be a wonderful thing, but for them it's a gift because they want us to see it this way. It doesn't matter if it's painful or not. You must agree that it is this way because they want it to be so. As a gift, you see it as a treasure that will impact on me. Oh, that will serve you always and lead you to joy. If you look upon any event, including death, as a tragedy, you will mourn it forever and receive nothing from it but everlasting sorrow. Yeah, because you want to change a shit because this is a hell. This universe is a hell. So don't feel sorry for the people dying there in that senseless war there in the Middle East. Because if you choose to feel this way, you are doing a disservice to yourself, and you will mourn forever and receive nothing from it but everlasting sorrow, according to this being, according to his statement. Shh! According to his statement, we are not supposed even to mourning. You see, it's just like the song. Don't cry out, don't just keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings. Right out and cry. You know, you're not supposed even to cry or mourning because they decide that you shouldn't. They decide and they are very rude and don't they try they dare to be rude to me because I'm gonna be rude back to them. I'm like that. I don't care. And be whoever, the Satan, God, I don't care. Don't be rude to me. The 50 remembrance that is never tragedy is always a gift. Focus on this now. Focus just on this event that you call death. Because if you can see that this is true about death, you will soon be able to see that this is true about every other event in life. And if I can see even death as a gift rather than a tragedy, then I can see everything else in my life, the little deaths, as a gift as well. All the so-called bad things that have been done to me or that I have done to someone else, and then there will be no more sorrow. Yeah, you must forget it. As long as you don't keep on doing the same trash, forget it. Move on. But should you continue doing stupidity to other people and yourself? No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Should you see the people who suffer as no victim? No, you shouldn't. They are victims. 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 Yes, they are victims. Jews who say they aren't is because they are the secretary of the devil. Satan's advocate and secretary. No matter whether they meditate, no matter whether they pray, no matter what they say that they follow a religion doctrine, doesn't matter. You are the secretary of the devil. You are a hybrid, by the way, no matter where you are from. So, not for you and not for anyone else. When you leave all your debts well, You let others live with your debts well. That's why I don't want anybody to mourn me or to come to my funeral or to even bury me. I don't want that. Nobody touch me. Don't touch this body. Don't touch. And then there will be no more sorrow. Not for you and not for anyone else. When you leave all your debts well, you let others live with your debts as well. The little ones and the big ones. My ex mother-in-law, who is Islamic, she used to tell me uh, things like things like because you're hypocrite. There's some people who do things. They do things for the community because they want to show off, not because they have a good heart and a big heart, but because they want to show off. They want to belong to that group, not because they are sincere. So she was had to tell me, why I do all this work in the masjid and the mosques because I scared that if I die, nobody comes to my funeral. And then when I need people not there to help me. And I was like, oh, you do this because you want to be seen by people because you want something in return. You do this conditionally. You do this because you want something in favor. Oh my gosh. And then back then I was a teen, but if I now I would tell her, lady, I don't want nobody to come to my funeral. If possible, I don't want nobody to touch even this body. Let it rot there in the forest, on the tree. This is what I want. Okay? Let the earth absorb this body. Because from the earth we come, and to the earth shall we return. Okay? I don't want to be cremated, neither do I want to be buried. Let the superficie of the earth, the vermins, eat it, and the other sentient beings. And if we can see even death as a gift rather than a tragedy, so wow, what a thing to say, what a thing to sleep in here. But it's not always possible to die well. I'm talking about the big death now. I mean, sometimes we're just plain afraid to die. Many people die in peace on hospital because they are heavily drugged. They don't feel anything. They only feel nirvana. And they will continue like this until they wake up for the true ultimate reality in the other side. Of course you are. And when you are afraid of the little deaths, meaning in the future lose, shh, you are also afraid to live. So you are afraid to die and you are afraid to live. What a way to exist. So help us. What do you think I'm doing here? No, you're not help. You are manipulating the mind of these beings. You're not help at all. You are helping yourself. You are work for your own factions and your own agenda. You are not helping anybody here. What do you think I'm doing here? I'm spending time here helping you. Oh, spending time. So God even can spend the time, huh? Help you get rid of your fear of the big debt. Because when you are not afraid of that, you are no longer afraid of anything. And you can truly live. I'm not afraid. So why are we also deathly afraid of dying? I'm afraid to die because the idiots will bury me and I don't want to be buried, but I want to be on my own. So at that moment, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. So, so why are we also deathly afraid of dying? Because of what you've been taught about death, because of what you've been told. When you hold it as in a new way, you can experience in a new way, and that can be a great gift, not only to yourself, but to those you love. Like, if I am in a cemetery, my body put it there, it would be more tragic because we are with another species there is in energy, humans and non-humans. If I'm in a forest, I mean, if the elemental energy there. I have a friend, Andrew Parker, who lives in Australia, and whose wonderful wife, Pip. She was called by those who loved her. It just that people died of cancer New Year's Eve just after the arrival of 2005. And Andrew shared with me an email that he had sent off to a large number of his and his wife's friends. It illustrates perfectly what you are talking about here in his email. And you say, well, I'm not going to eat it because I don't want this nonsense sob story here. I'm a queen of cold heart of ice. I'm not interested. So that's all for now for chapter 7 and 8, I guess. Okay, that's all.